Today we are commenting some random listings that our team prepared for us. So we will be, without any preparation, starting to commenting some of those listings in a very superficial way.
I'm actually very excited about this. We were not allowed to look at the listing beforehand, so now I will be looking at whatever they prepared for us. The first listing, a 3-bedroom in Avenida Defensores de Chaves,
which is a nice area here in Lisbon.
And it's a beautiful street. It has a supermarket and gym right on this street, and it's awesome, prime location. Let's look at the photo first. This building looks very familiar.
Oh, I know this apartment. Actually, I know this listing.
We saw this building
in November 2021, also in Avenidas Novas.
Last year, winter, I think, for some clients. It was in the $500,000 range, definitely not the 600,000 range.
And the funniest fact here that eventually might not be fun at all, but I remember to see this apartment at that time listed for a very different price. So now the asking price is 649,000 euros. And before, in November 2021, the price was at least 100,000 euros less than what it is the asking price now. It's a very beautiful building, actually, and one of those traditional, with traditional architecture, very common here in Lisbon, it's also in this area. And it's also very common for these buildings to not have an elevator.
So this can be a pain for daily life.
So third floor is like the limit of what you actually can do when you are, living in a building without elevator. Remember that you need to go get some groceries.
I mean, this kind of layout, it's okay, but if I were the new buyer, I would definitely knock down some doors and knock down some walls.
It needs full renovation, or at least a nice brush up.
It's definitely not very modern. I would open up a lot of spaces just to make it more open concept.
This is a very traditional layout in old construction, in old buildings. Like you would have a central corridor, and then you would have left and right rooms. Some of those rooms don't even have a window.
Definitely some layout changing, some wall removal can change that.
It's definitely older than 1951. That's when it started to be issued the license of use in Lisbon and in most of Portugal. And this building for sure is older than 1951. So it needs definitely a lot of oh, it's here. It's 1937.
Location is great, but I wouldn't choose this property for any of our clients.
I would leave it behind. I wouldn't consider it as an option for buying it. I wouldn't buy it.
And I think it's too expensive given the condition of the apartment. You need a complete gut job. But that's okay if you have enough budget. But elevator is not something it's very easily can be added or can be changed.
Okay, so the next one is a T5, means that it's a 5-bedroom apartment in São Sebastião da Pedreira. So São Sebastião da Pedreira is a parish of Avenidas Novas. And it's actually a very, very, very nice area, where one of my favorites actually.
Very happy our team chose the top location for us. When we pick for our clients, it's location comes first. It's the most important element for property investment.
This apartment again is a traditional architecture one. This one stays in a corner, so usually they tend to have more value because of that, the ones that stay in the corner. And it's a similar size of 129 square meters.
This is the third floor with elevator, okay, that's a big plus. In general, this is a beautiful area, but this corner is really great. It's very quiet, it's residential, but it's very prime location as well.
I also know this building in Avenida das Novas. It's one of those that when you pass by, you definitely look at it, because the building it's beautiful, and I love these details that you usually don't see much anymore in new buildings. The molding on the ceilings.
Okay, I think this is original floor, but it's beautiful. And if you look at the window, it's already renewed. It's the double glazed window. And they have already installed aircon, so it's a plus. And they kept the molding, the detail of the wall, so that's quite nice as well.
Kitchen was updated also, like during the 90s, I would say, by the style of it, of the cabinets.
Kitchen can be renewed, but current kitchen is totally functional and is relatively modern. So the new buyer, if they don't want to, they don't have to touch it.
This gorgeous entrance of the building, and you see, in this case you have an elevator, a very beautiful kind of Art Deco entrance in the building. The
details of the building, this is a very well maintained building, so it means the condominium is really good and responsible, no matter it's a third-party company arranging it or just owners association.
And it's always a good sign when you see plants in the entrance of the building. Usually means that the people who are living there, the neighbors, do really care about the maintenance of the building and how it looks, the common area. So usually it's a good sign. It's a sign of good neighbors most of the time.
If you look at this floor plan, this is the staircase, the elevator. This is the exterior of the building. So every room, besides this part, every room on this side, the majority of the apartment has window.
And the floor plan, it's very interesting, because this apartment, unlike so many others, it has windows in every room. So you actually have 5 bedrooms with the windows in every room, and the building has elevator,
which is something not by default in old buildings in Lisbon. I would say it's a huge plus.
And if you remember, we are at the same level of price as the other one that we saw before. And for me, this is a very, very, very good option.
Avenida 5 de Outubro. Okay, this is compared to the first buildings, this is way newer.
So Avenida 5 de Outubro is one of the most busiest streets of Lisbon.
I'm guessing it's 60s or 70s. 60s. Bingo. So this kind of building has better insulation.
So it's a very, 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 very busy street, which is great. For one side, you have plenty of services around, so you don't need to move much more. But remember that it's a very busy area. It can be very noisy, so getting very good windows, it will be for sure a plus.
If you look at the layout, they have veranda. Okay, it will have a lot of light, but because it's on the first floor, so it's a bit low. As you can tell from the photo, or it's...
Woohoo! So this is a very dark picture or a dark apartment.
It's the first floor with elevator, okay.
So the price 540 for 130 square meters.
It needs a completely renovation, as the description said. I just saw it was used as office, and also this is all quite old school kitchen tiles. You definitely need to do a big renovation.
The apartment itself, well, it's not seeing any renovation for so many years that at this point it needs a full renovation since the floor to the ceilings, walls, everything. But you have the size, and the entry price for an apartment in this location is actually not bad.
I think this is slightly overpriced given the condition, but Rafael and I, we are so picky. We think most of the listings are overpriced, and some we don't see that makes much sense to even put money in. This one I definitely see has the potential, but it's not special enough for me to say, okay, let's try to bring the price down.
But I wouldn't say immediately no to this apartment.
If I were to put my money on one of those listings, which this is the routine question Rafael and I, we ask each other before we present anything to clients, like, would you put your money in this listing? I would definitely pass the number one. I would go for the number two.
So this will be my number one pick, without any doubts.
We had fun today because this was really recorded without us talking to each other, without us looking at the listing our team has prepared beforehand, just to catch our initial judgment and reaction. If you like this kind of video, if you want us to cover in different areas, budget, or any other content you would like to see, please leave in the comment below.
And if you like this kind of videos, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. We've been posting videos every week. And don't forget to follow us on TikTok and Instagram too. We are quite active there also.
See you next time. Bye.
See you.